I'm Wes Dooley from AEA, Audio Engineering Associates in Pasadena, California, and we make a full line of ribbon microphones, big ribbon tradition, from close-up to medium distance to far, and stereo. What we make to go with that series are the finest ribbon microphone preamps in the world. In fact, we invented the whole category of ribbon mic preamps with the TRP, the Ribbon Pre, which is a DC coupled unit, and which is for microphones that neither want nor need phantom power. However, there are both condenser microphones and there are the new generation of active ribbon mics, and they need phantom power. So people ask us, could we make a preamp that was yet better than the TRP? Well, the TRP is as good as we can make it if you don't need phantom power, and if you want to do EQ elsewhere. And EQ, if you have an infinite number of choices, gives you a large number of choices you later decide you don't like quite as well as you thought you did at the moment. So the new RPQ not only has two inputs, an AC input and a DC input on each channel. The AC input, of course, you can phantom power, and the DC input gives you the virtues of the TRP, but it also has curve shaping. What is curve shaping? Curve shaping is specifically the EQ that is best for working with microphones, especially ribbons. And it's set up so that it has as much as you need, but no more, and the ability for the proximity taming filter that's slidable from 18 to 360 hertz to be able to kick it in and out so you can instantly compare whether it's just different or actually better. And it has a high frequency section where you can lift the treble. Sometimes I don't need that linebacker sound, but I need to work close because things are, what can I say, noisy. So we have the ability to hit a button and start taking down the amount of bass. I'm talking to it with a filter on it. I can use the filter aggressively, like this, and make my microphone one that's ideal if what I want is intelligibility, because bass does sometimes distract one from the meaning of the words, from the fricatives, the sibilants, the consonants. Or I can use the filter very gently. Down here, you almost can't tell it from out of circuit unless you're starting to work with pipe organ and things that really have a bottom end. The other thing you can do, which I just did, was I kicked up the treble. How much did I kick it up? Well, there's a curve for that. What I did was I took it and moved it up to flat, because if you use the unit gently, rather than as effects machine, it's possible to take a ribbon microphone, any ribbon microphone, which go out and then roll pretty smoothly for a long ways. The granddaddy of all of them, the 44 and the A440, our active version, they, even though they start rolling at 8K, they have usable output at 30. And a microphone like the A840 here, I can take that easily out to 30 kilohertz or beyond. So I can do that, or if I want really, without the high Q resonances, the TIS as some mastering engineers call it, of condenser microphones, I can give you a real lift in it. This is flat. This is with about 6 dB of lift compared to that flat set. And of course, if you want the traditional ribbon sound, I can take it out entirely. So with one preamp, you can interface with all the range of ribbon mics that are there. You can hear them at their best. And if you want the very best, you can buy the RPQ and have the advantage of being able to handle phantom-powered mics, whether they be ribbons or condensers. If you have one preamp to have for a quality preamp and you have both a ribbon and a condenser mic, it gives you both of those. And if you have a collection of ribbon mics, it allows you to tailor the sound of every one of them to what's best for the current project you're working on. So that's a little bit about the RPQ preamp and why when people said, well, can you do better than TRP? We said, well, I'm not sure we can do better because we made the TRP the very best we could for no phantom, passive ribbons, but we can extend out the capabilities so that you have the entire range of controls in one place that you might want. As you gain more experience, you know you want when you're working with both ribbon microphones and, for that matter, as Sean Murphy, John Williams engineer, has said, who has 8 channels of our TRP preamp and uses it everywhere. He said when using the RPQ, wow, it does the ribbons, and when I put up the 3 Neumann M150s on the Decatree for overall, it was a great condenser mic preamp, and the high lift was perfect for adding in the air that you lose when you have a mic really that far back. So these are all reasons you might want to call your Sweetwater sales engineer and get the full story. Thanks very much for listening. I'm Wes Dooley for Audio Engineering.